let's get this started and ready to go. Yes, normal mode. We already know. So let's get this on the go. Hopefully this is loud enough for me to fucking hear and that the microphone doesn't pick it up.
For 13 days after we awoke, were the beginning of the end.
For the most part. Excellent, excellent. Man, the jump between 12 in this game is ridiculous. Those masks kind of remind me of friggin', oh, why am I forgetting the name of that game now? It's a first-person shooter. Killzone? Yeah, I think it was Killzone.
Best of luck.
All the luck. It's all I need.
She did it.
Everyone is alive.
You alright? I'm out of the sea.
And I'm a tiny chicken that slowly grows up into a gigantic chicken. That guy's tech is probably like, what the hell is going on?
They all want to fight.
Good for them.
Good for them. That's okay. You guys have fun with that. Let's crash this fucking train.
Give me that.
Bazooka! Because why not? That poor train car. Now I find that 13 is definitely where they started to get like crazy cinematic with their fucking videos. Like, don't get me wrong, like, cutscenes and stuff have always been, like, slightly cinematic, especially, like, Final Fantasy-wise, but, like, this right here, like, this is a fucking intro. Like, Tens was good, don't get me wrong, like, the Blitzball and the fucking giant, like, fucking water dome. But, like, that right there was just, like, the most ridiculous action sequence ever to start a game. Oh, exactly. Like 13, like, that's why I always find it funny that anytime, like, a new, like, PlayStation comes out, like any of the new Sony consoles, they usually always use a Final Fantasy for, like, their testing videos. For it's like, this is what this console can do. Now to remember how this fucking combat system goes. ATB. Oh, yes, that goes up. Oh, exactly. Near the end of this game at home. I've beaten this before, luckily, but I haven't played this game in fucking forever. Porn depend on the commands you select. Select auto battle to queue up set commands tailored to the situation. Oh, of course I'm gonna select fucking abilities. Fine, I'll select auto battle. Fuck. Choose your target. Yes, yes. Well, that was unfortunate. We're gonna blitz. The parrot is just, yeah. Like I always found this was like a little weird, like to get used to. Especially when coming from like all the other Final Fantasies. That's why I find like, don't get me wrong, I find it's very innovative, especially for like a turn-based combat style. But like, when you come from like anything like pre-10 or like 10 and before, it's just like, oh, it's a little weird to get used to. But like, especially after 11 and 12 came out and they were very MMO-based combat styles. Just a little bit for tiny bit of light, so I'm not completely in the dark. Oh, okay. Which makes sense. I can see that. I've never found any of them, like, particularly hard to play, just, like, very, very different. Yeah. Wave cannon, don't you dare. Well, that's one thing about all of the games, is I've never, like, not liked the combat styles that they've had. Like, I've never had a problem with any of them. It's just, like, it's a matter of, like, being different. Like, same thing with, like, all allies? Oh, potions work on everybody now. I forgot about that. But, like, at the same time, like, a lot of people hated hated 8 because they went so different with, like, the fucking magic system. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what I like, is the fact that, like, they're slowly integrating things from, like, different stuff. Like, I definitely think the stagger system is a very neat thing to do, because, like, why wouldn't, like, something, like, if you're attacking something on and off, on and off, on and off, why would it not stagger an opponent and make them, like, more vulnerable, especially, like, bigger things, like when you come across, oh, I can't remember the name of it, but the big fucking elephant-like creature, like, near the end game, where you have to fucking attack its legs to make it fall over first before you can actually do any real damage.
Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge?
Adamantoise, gotcha. I was trying to remember what it was, but I was like, I can't remember.
Where do you think you're going?
Because I always think of the Adamantoise as a fucking, like, turtle. I loved the way they did the Adamantoise in fucking Final Fantasy 15, though, like, the end game. The end game hunt, because, like, I look at that and it's like, that right there shows me exactly how, like, menacing the Adamantoise should be, because the Adamantoise has always been a giant fucking tank in every Final Fantasy. The Adamantoise is a literal mountain in Final Fantasy 15. Like, look up the friggin' change control scheme. No, I'm good. Yeah, like, dialogue, augmented streams. Okay, dialogue updated, gotcha. Like, if you take a look, like, just look for a video of the Adamantoise from Final Fantasy 15, and it'll show you exactly the way that like an adamantoise. They've been trying to portray it in like the other games. Well, I guess optimize. Offensive, always offensive. Abilities. Blitz and attack. Just attack. Okay, I can't even really take a look at the leveling up at this point. Oh, I'm definitely going to change that because that's fucking inverted. I don't like that one. No, camera. We're standard. There we go. Yeah, no, like the Adamantoise in 15 is like basically a secret optional like endgame boss. Oh yes, the shops. I forgot the Unicorn Mart. We're just spending all fucking $200. And just because, like we all know, I save a fuck ton of times, so we're just gonna do it anyways. But yeah, it's like an optional boss, like end game for like one of the hunts. Enemy area, la la la. Entering minimap, come into contact, initiate battle. Gotcha. Dialogue updated. Holy sweet Jesus! Of course, we're in a fucking battle. I want my experience. And the one thing I do really enjoy about the combat system they have for this game is the fact that they're not just fucking stationary. Like, I think that adds so much to, like, the look of combat.
What do you suppose this is?
We're gonna leave it alone for now.
Army leaving its toys out now? Fixing to dish me already, huh?
Oh, okay, so I can run up that. So I'm gonna go check that fucking portal first then. Let's go touch the portal. Oh, I can't touch the portal. Fuck your portal then. But yeah, like just the fact that they don't just like stand around and wait. So like they sit there and they're moving around, they're running. Like it kind of looks like they're trying to dodge, but not really.
I'm sticking with you.
Back attack, fuck you. Yeah, like just the sway, like even just, like where those guys, they're not really doing anything like miraculous, but like they're fucking swaying back and forth. Me too, Majestic, me too. It is by far my favorite fucking series. Multi-think battle, yeah. Can't remember if it's this one or not, where you get to like switch between like different things, or if that was one of the other Final Fantasy 13s. Well, that's one thing I found about, like, a lot of Final Fantasies, though. Like, their music is, like, by far, like, peak, like, audio. Like, the friggin'... The composer for these games is just beyond. Also, I just noticed that I wasn't paying attention to before, but, like, that's what I know. Somebody mentioned, they said that up there before, because I'm not going to pronounce that word because I'll butcher it to death. Like, yeah, that's one thing, like when where I'm doing like the Final Fantasy series, and I was coming up like, and I was trying to find the rest of them. They have. Most Final Fantasies they have up until, I think, 10-2 on console. And then the next one, I think, is 14, 15, 16, Paradigm. Oh, okay. Thank you. But yeah, like, then it's 14, 15, 16, so they don't have anything after fucking 10. So I was like, oh my god, I'm doing the Final Fantasy series, and I didn't even fucking think of that. I was like, how am I going to do the rest of the games? So I got to it, and I was like, you want to know what? I finally got a PC that's able to handle both gaming and streaming at the same time. which I'm so fucking thankful for. Like, I ended up picking up 12 on Steam so that I could do that, and I got 13 on Steam so that I could continue on with this stuff, which is like a big help, because I would have hated to be like, well, like, guys, like, I'm sorry, I can't do 12, I can't do 13, like, you know, because I have 14 and 15 on console. I'm mainly a console gamer just because I've never had anything in the way that was, like, strong enough for me to do a lot of, like, the newer RPGs that I like. Especially if I wanted to fucking stream them. Like, that was just a fucking 100% no-go. I think Lightning Returns is the only one I actually haven't finished. I have it on my PS3, like, I have my disc copy, but, like, I got into it and there were some of the things that were just kind of, like, throwing me off a little bit, so I kind of just, I stopped for a little bit and I just never really went back to it. I really want to finish it. I know, I finished 13-2, and I know I played a huge chunk of 3, and, like, I liked the way they were going about it. I just never finished it off. I'll probably have to go back and redo it, because I still have my PS3. I don't get rid of consoles anymore, because I just... Too many times where too many times where I've gotten rid of games and then ended up wanting to go back and play them, like, years and years later, and it just fucking, like, it took forever to find them. 4 hub arenas? Oh, okay. Like, I like the fact that in 13-2, and I think it's the same in 13... in Lightning Returns, that you get, like, the monsters as your teams. So it's like, I was like, what? Pokemon? But, like, getting them in there is, like, fucking great. Like, especially, like, I know in 13-2, where you have the option to go into, like, the battle arenas, and you can, like, download, like, you can purchase the, like, characters from other games. Like, you know, going back and getting, like, Ultros from Final Fantasy VI, or, like, you know, I think Kefka was one of them. And just sitting there and being like, what? I'm trying to think here. Oh yeah, this isn't EXP based, is it? I cannot remember. My first accessory. Not abilities. Optimize. Offense. Just put the Iron Bangle on anyways, because it's the only thing you have. But I like when they incorporate... Oh, that guy's big. I like when they incorporate, like, older games into, like, the newer ones. Just, like, even if it's just, like, a cameo, or, like, when they mention stuff. Like, I know, like, Final Fantasy IX, they mention... you go to one of the weapon shops at, like, the start of the game. I think it's in... oh, why am I thinking... Alexandria? I'm probably thinking of a different fucking city in a different game right now. But they mention no cloud or squall, and it's just like, ha, I know it's not, like, specifically mentioning them. This is why you still have your PS3 hooked up. I currently don't have enough room to hook up everything. I've kept all, like, I still have, like, my regular Nintendo, my Sega, like, I have, like, my 64... The DLC skin for Cloud, right? Yeah, I remember that. But like I still have like all my older consoles that I've ever had. I'm missing item usage. I know how to use items, man. I'll use it anyways. Runs low in combat, items, yeah. Stores HP, never items name, tells you the item you have left. Yes, yes, yes. Potions. Fine, I'll fucking use one even though I'm full health. Potions heal your entire battle, do not need a specific target. So it's a free action. Oh, free action, okay. Right, like I have my PS5, but like I got the digital one, so I kept my PS4. And I keep it for the wife too, just in case there's certain games that are both PS4 and PS5, so that we can play them together. But like after I had my first big problem trying to find a game, I was actually talking about this game yesterday, Digimon World 3. I wish I had the space to do regular. Like, I still have all my old discs and stuff. Yeah, without them being gone forever. But the first time I had a problem is trying to find a copy of Digimon World 3 again. I wanted to go up to the save point. But it was after I had ruined the copy that I had because I had played it too much consistently. I burnt a ring in the game. So afterwards, I just kind of like forgot about it, and I was like, you know, whatever. Things happen. Hadn't played it for I think like a couple years, and I was like, you want to know what? I want to play Digimon World 3 again. I was like, I never got to beat that game. Oh, me too. Digimon World 3 is in my top 5 RPGs of, like, all time. And I was like, you want to know what? I'm going to find another copy. I was like, I never got to beat it. Because I was training to get a specific character. I was like, you want to know what? I'm doing it. I'm getting the game, and I'm going to play it, and I'm going to beat it. And it took me 10 years to find a working copy. 10 fucking years. And, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, the first time I found a copy of it was on eBay, and it's before I understood, like, a lot of how eBay worked. So, when I got the copy, they sent me it. It had a scratch on the top of the disc, which is, you know, PlayStation 1 game. That's where fucking all of the data's written is on the, like, underneath the sticker. So obviously the game's not gonna work. So I sent them a fucking message, and they gave me, like, the fucking runaround. I will let you borrow. I have a copy of it now. I also have an emulated version. But no, I have a copy of it now. I found one. And accidentally scratched it. Isn't that the fucking worst? Mine, the way I caused a scratch in mine is I was training to get, I think his name is Beelzemon. It's basically the guy with the fucking, the two, can I not use fucking items here? Are you fucking joking me right now? But I basically trained and trained and trained and trained until I finally got him. And I saved the game and turned it off. But after I turned it off, it wouldn't turn back on. And I was like, or no, sorry, it turned on, but the weird squares over the top of the map, for when you get into it, when they slowly disappeared, they wouldn't go away. So I could still run around. 100% could still run around. But they wouldn't go away. So I had to, like, basically memorize the fucking map to go anywhere. So, like, I knew the game wasn't going to work when I got it because I seen the scratch on the top of it. Sent them a message. They wouldn't message me back. Oh, okay.
Oh, a lucky day.
But yeah, so like I sent, they wouldn't message me back, so I eventually left a nasty little review on their page, and they didn't like that, so they immediately messaged me back. Oh my god, I can't believe you left that. Like, that was an absolutely terrible thing to do. I was like, man, I messaged you multiple fucking times so that we could resolve this, and they didn't. So they're like, oh, well, how about this? Like, what other games do you love, like Final Fantasy? I have every Final Fantasy, every Star Ocean game. I have every Tales game. I've never played the Tales. I haven't played most of the Tales games. I played one of the newer ones, and I really liked it. So, after I finish one of the series I'm doing Final Fantasy and Star Ocean right now. I'm gonna be doing the Tales series next, so that's gonna be like a new experience for me because I've never played the Tales series. Or attack for the abilities. Cycle Marauder. Chain Gauge. Okay. Oh, that's probably, yeah. I'm trying to think what other ones I have. Obviously Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger. I have all of the Resident Evil series, which I also did on stream already. I have all of the Kingdom Hearts series, which I also did on stream already at the hardest difficulty. I'm trying to think. Chain Gauge, Stagger Your Foes. I was gonna say Suikoden, but I actually don't have all the Suikoden games. I've played them all, but I only have 1 and 2 at the moment, I believe. I would have to dig out all of my fucking discs to find out. I do. I love the Resident Evil franchise. The Resident Evil franchise is an excellent franchise. It's a great story. I loved the remakes of the older ones. I think, besides the old ones, like besides the original copies of, I think, 1 to 3, I think you can get every single Resident Evil on PlayStation 5. Because I played the remake of 1, I think the remake of 2, or the remake of 1, the remake of 2, the remake of 3. You can get the original of 4. I know they made a remake of 4 recently, I believe. And you can get 5, 6, 7, and 8 all on PlayStation. I don't know how hard it would be to get the physical copies, but I know at least the PlayStation Store has all of them.
Still happy you tagged along.
Yeah. But yeah, like I had a fun time going through them. I think they're supposed to be making another one. If I remember correctly, I think I seen something about them making another another Resident Evil. And the rumors I also heard is I think it's going to be like the last and final one. Which I thought the last was the last and the final one. But, you know, you always think that because they end them off on such like a crazy note where you're like, okay, like, is this over? Is this not over? I'm confused. I'm trying to think what other series I have. Fuck. Star Ocean is definitely not Star Ocean. Suikoden is definitely gonna be. I think they're making Resident Evil 9 currently. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
But like Suikoden's another series I'm going to be doing after the Tales series, because I already had the Tales series set up for the next one I start.
You keep your cool.
Which means I'm going to have to find all the Suikoden games again.
You got it?
They're remastering 1 and 2, I think, come March, is when they're supposed to come out. So if you get the chance to get those when the remasters come out, highly recommend it. The first 2 Suikoden games are like high up on my fucking list. Oh, I've played too many. I want to get the rest of the Dragon Age games as well. I played, I think it was Dragon Age, I think it was 9. It's like one of the last ones they did. So I think it was 9. 50 gil. I'm looking at that, I'm like, man, 50? Really? Good old him.
It's over. It's all over.
So Dragon Age is another one I want to get into when I get the money for it. But, Suikoden is obviously next on the list. Most of the Tales games were on sale when I decided to make those the next one, so I managed to get those for a fucking steal. Grab your kilt, Virgo. The wife would love if I had a fucking kilt. I think it's funny because I'm part Irish and part Scottish. I'd wear a kilt. I'd rock it. I got the legs for it.
No turd naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemy's the Cocoon Sanctum, the dreaded Psycom, no less.
Hey, I go to the gym enough for these. The legs gotta be rocking.
We've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all. Let's prove it.
That's why I have all the fitness redeems on my Twitch channel. For, like, channel points and, like, money and stuff. I have, like, curls and shoulder presses, and there's, like, a really... The big one I have, I'll squat my wife. Need a bagpipe piper. Backup piper. I've never played the bagpipes. I love the bagpipes used in, like, music that you wouldn't think of, though. Like, I love, like, one of my favorite bands is Korn, and I love when they throw the bagpipes in some of their songs.